Hello and welcome back to my channel, AJ Budgets. I am AJ and I am so thankful and grateful that you are here with me today. In today's video, we are doing week 4 of February's weekly wrap up. I did have some budgeted and unbudgeted spending. We're going to update my no spend tracker, and then also we're going to pull my cash and roll and see how much is going into my savings challenge. So if that sounds like fun, then let's get into it. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is update my no spend tracker because this last week of February was kind of a doozy. So I keep messing up my no spend tracker. And so I wanted to pull out my big calendar here because I do track this. I update it, my big agenda as I go through the month. So I went to Costco on the 21st. And with that, I also had budgeted and unbudgeted spending. So Costco was budgeted. I did my big grocery shop haul for the month. And then I also ran out of a bunch of stuff. So I had to go to Ulta, and then I ended up going to TJ Maxx because I had a gift card and I knew they had some stuff that I needed that I ran out of. So I checked that out before I went into Ulta to pay, full price for things. So there's that. And then on the 24th, I had dinner with my dad and my sisters, which was also unbudgeted spending. So I have those days. And then I had my Chewy delivery on the 23rd. So we have 2 blue days and then 1.5-ish pink days. I'm counting this 21st as a budgeted day first, and then I'm going to rim it in red again because I do my in my A spending account or my checking account, I have a personal account that I fund, a personal envelope. And in that personal envelope, it's for things like when I run out of makeup, or if I run out of like my night creams or my day creams, hair care, stuff like that. So that's budgeted into my budget. So that was the type of stuff I ran out of. I'll put up a picture of what I ended up purchasing. I ran out of like my night cream. I ran out of my eyebrow gel, my eyebrow pencil, my snail mucin. I needed, I think SPF lotion, my glow lotion. There's so many things I ran out of. It was wild. It was like every day was a new adventure with my skincare. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like everything runs out all at once. And so I was like, well, I'm going to be up in the big town, near all of the stores when I go to Costco. So I'll just get all of the things that I need. So hopefully that will be good to go for a while. Then the rest of the days were green. So we're all the way up here until the 27th. And then the 28th, I'll be recording on week 1 of March. So next Friday. Okay, so not too bad. We did have, oh my gosh, I messed up the 24th. I forgot I went out to eat. See, this is why I have to pull out my big calendar and I still mess it up. So not terrible for low spend, no spend February. So I had those 2 unbudgeted days. I was sick on this day. This was, skincare that came up. This was $10 on Amazon for my nieces and nephews for their cruise duckies. And then this was dinner with my dad. So great things to break and no spend on. So family time and then the nieces and nephews. So I feel really good about this, even though there's some red in there. Okay, next we are going to figure out how much money needs to be pulled for my credit cards. So let me get out my receipts here. I did spend some on Amazon, my Amazon Chase credit card, and then also on my IHG card. So Costco was the big one. So Costco only accepts Visa cards, and so my Amazon Chase card is a Visa card. So whenever I go to Costco, I have to put my Costco shopping on that. So for Costco, I need to pull $45 from my dog's account and $186 from the Costco account. And actually, there's a couple things I couldn't get at Costco, but it's going to come out of the Costco fund. So I need to pull $200 total out of Costco. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we pulled out those funds. So I had 200 out of my Costco and then 45 from my doggos. I do need to take this 100 though and break it into $86, 50, 70, 85, and 86, and then that $14 is going to go over here to the side. So let me put this in the right amount order. We'll put that 100 to the side. So we should have, why is this so hard today? There we go. Okay. We should have 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 225, 230, and $231 then being added to the Chase Amazon credit card payment. So now I need to start pulling for my IHG payment. So I'm going to need some from groceries, my dog's account, my personal account, my classroom fund, and eating out. All right, let me get all of that pulled out. I have all of my funds pulled out for all of my spending on my IHG card. That was a lot more than I thought, but I had to go get groceries at like every store known to mankind. I went to Costco, Walmart, Aldi, Ramey's, the Dollar Tree. It was like the things I needed were all over the place. So with all of that spending being said, we are putting 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 230, 240, 245, 250, 255, 257, and 259 into this payment for March. All right, first thing I want to do is see how much we have left over for this week, which is not a lot, because when I went to Costco and did all of the things, I decided I was going to treat myself. And so I have not had Cane's since I moved back to Missouri from Vegas. So it's been almost 2 years. Well, it's like 19 months. So I decided I was going to treat myself to Cane's. And so I went to Cane's and got the kids meal, which is 2 chicken strips, 2 French fries, and a kitty cup of soda. I got Diet Coke, and it was like $7.94 or something close to that. So anyways, I have $3 left over from my cash from last week. So we're going to set that aside because we are going to add it to whatever we roll for this week. So first, let's get my money pulled out. So we're just pulling $15 out for this week. I think I'm going to do a 10 and a 5. And that's going to leave us with $35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Perfect. Okay. Now we need to get my die out and pre-roll for my dollar bills, y'all, and see how much we're pre-stuffing into this challenge here. So this dollar bills, y'all challenge is by Ira Budget. He is linked down below. If you purchase this challenge, you get the challenge, you get the envelope, you get the vinyl, and you get an 8-sided die. So that's my money that goes in my challenge. Let's see what we are pre-saving. Ooh, we are pre-saving $6. So that means I need 9, which means I need to break this down into 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. And then we'll get that 10 added in here. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we are adding $6 to the challenge, which means I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that was a difficult time counting there. I love that for us. All right, so I have $9 for this. I guess it's technically the first week of March. One more day tomorrow. Okay, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8, $9 then to stuff. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could do an 8 and a 1. 7 and a 2, a 6 and a 4. I think I'm going to do the 8 and the 1. I like to, the 8s I feel like are so hard to get stuffed just because it's like a larger odd amount. So that, we'll just do it that way. Oh my goodness, $1 down. Okay, let's see how much we have in this challenge so far. We have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, and $47. Dang, that's just a month of savings. So we finished this the last week of January. It saves $225 total because I add an additional 4 and 5. And I just finished this back, like I said, the last week of January. You can check out what I did with that $225 in my week 4 of January's wrap up. And we're already almost $50 into the next cycle of it. That is incredible. I love it. Thank you so much for spending today with me and going through my February week 4 wrap up and getting all of the things for February done. Please like and comment down below and let me know, how did your February go? What are you looking forward to in March? And please feel free to subscribe if you would like to. It really helps out the channel. I appreciate each and one of you being here, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.